Thabo, as you hear there, from the SRC President Apiwe, explaining that as much as some headway was made from yesterday's meeting, they're still unhappy with some of the demands which have not been met. Some of these demands are that the university cover the cost which would surpass the cap of 45,000 rand for accommodation, the 45,000 cap by NSFAS. And the university is saying that they can't cover this cap. But some of the things that they did agree on was waivering the 10,000 rand upfront fee that students have to pay when they have to register, as well as providing data for students. But I just want to bring in here Karabo, who is an SRC member, as to what the president just outlined. Karabo, it seems that you will be continuing with the protest. Why is this?
So we are continuing with the protest because our demands are still not yet met. The major issues in which we looked forward to addressing, which was accommodation and registration, are still not attended to. So we are still going to continue with the protest until those demands are met.
But now when we hear the SRC president saying we're going to the house of the vice chancellor, is this not going to cause violence and chaos? Is this not worrying?
It's not going to cause violence. At the end, we are Wits students. Violence is not a part of us. We are going to ensure that we go there peacefully and return. And all of this is to show them that we mean business. We are not going to surrender. We are not going to stop wearing our boots. Every day we are going to wake up and challenge the systematic exclusion that they keep on imposing to us.
But I mean, as the Wits management has agreed on something. They're wavering on the 10,000 rand upfront fee that you'd have to pay. And they're also saying they'll provide students with data. Is this not enough?
This is not enough. We still have a large number of students who sleep in libraries. And this was caused by the very same decision that they took as the university to say everyone must be on campus. Lecturers, some of them are compulsory, tutorers are compulsory. Hence, a lot of students are here right now because they care about their academic future. So what we are saying is that if they are taking certain decisions, they must be ready of the implication and they must always address them.
And so how long will these protests continue for? And do you know that you have the support of all students to continue?
Yes, we do have the support of all students, and we continue on a daily basis to conscientize the masses and to make them aware of the difficulties faced by other students. Perhaps they are not aware, but we keep on raising that awareness each and every day. The process is going to continue for a period of time until those demands are met. Because we told them in the meeting that we had, and it was a positive meeting. It looked as if we had finally reached the end when we were explaining the circumstances of students, and they seem to understand. And it's quite disappointing now. They are saying they cannot assist or up the money.
Karabo, just the last one. I mean, we saw the protest last week when students barged through the gates and came onto campus, threw stones at some of the security officials who were standing in front of the Great Hall. Will we see those same scenes this coming week?
No, you won't. The problem is with the private security. They are very violent unto us. The way they touch female students especially, it's totally wrong. They've always been aggressive. One even had a pepper spray and was using that pepper spray on us. And what we have a problem is with, they don't even have name tags. We don't even have mechanisms to report them, because we asked in that senior executive meeting, how can we report these people because they are violent unto us? We won't see any violence, but the only issue we have is that with the security.
Thank you so much for your time, Karabo. Thank you. So, Thabo, as you heard from Karabo, SRC member, explaining that they're unhappy with the discussions that happened between themselves as well with the management. And really, the main thing that they're unhappy with is that university not committing to cover the cost of accommodation because of that NSFAS cap of 45,000 rand. Students here also saying they're vowing to go to the house of the Vice Chancellor. I'm not sure how far that how far that will go. He's saying it won't be violent, but you know, things like this are unpredictable. But I do have the president with me, the SRC president Apiwe, to further explain exactly what he was saying earlier on. Apiwe, I mean, you said you would march to the house of the Vice Chancellor. Why would you do this?
Because the Vice Chancellor is the one who has the power to agree on these demands. And the Vice Chancellor has been sending a strong message to us And that message is he doesn't care, he's silent. So we're going to continue to put pressure. We're going to continue to exercise our democratic right to protest. We're going to go there peacefully to the Vice Chancellor. And I'm going there right now, ma'am. I have to marshal students to the Vice Chancellor's house.
All right, just one more question, Aphiwe. If you're marching, you've committed to not being violent.
As I said, it's going to be a peaceful protest. These students are not carrying stones, they are not carrying any, they are not armed in water bottles, they are not carrying any tear gas, as you can see them. Yes.
Thanks, Aphiwe. Tabo, you heard from Aphiwe there. They are preparing to march to the house of the Vice Chancellor, committing to not being violent, but to, peacefully marching to the home of the Vice Chancellor to demand that they adhere to their demands, which they've put down. Well, management has agreed to certain things, but they haven't agreed to the accommodation demands. And so we'll see what will happen.
Katleho Sekhotho, much appreciated live for us there at Wits University. That's where the students have just received feedback from the president, Aphiwe Manyama, there on some of those issues. Stay safe there, Katleho, as you follow that particular story. So